and welcome to my channel. It's almost Christmas, so it probably won't surprise you that today we're going to do a Christmas inspired makeup look. Especially regular viewers won't be surprised because I've been talking about it since like the last vlog. So yeah, here we are. Let's get started. Oh, and just to be complete about it, I am already wearing some eyebrow gel and a little bit of concealer beneath my eyes. Because I went jogging this morning and I'm way too vain to go jogging without doing anything to my face at all. Because let's face it, when I'm jogging I'm already red, sweaty, breathing hard, and then at that point like I also happen to like run like an idiot. Like I don't run nicely, I just run like an elephant. I don't know, like I'm just not a very, how do you call it, an elegant runner, you know, like I'm not that at all. So yeah, long story short, I don't want to look completely terrible while jogging, even though no one probably cares anyway. So that's why I always do something to my eyebrows and to my under eye area before going out. But yeah, anyways, that's the only thing I'm wearing on my face. Well, except for the eye primer now. Now, first thing I'm doing is just creating a cut crease line. By the way, the eyeshadows I'm using are from the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette, because that just happens to be a palette that I have with a lot of red shades. But, you know, you can use whatever you want. You can also use a red blush, by the way. Like, I know a lot of people don't actually have red eyeshadows. So if you have a red blush, that's perfectly fine as well. And what I'm basically doing is I'm drawing a line and then blurring out the edge. Now you see me put the brush down and just whoosh, make a line. That's because I do a lot of cut creases on myself and I know how my eye shape works. However, if you're not that used to doing cut creases, the whole trick is to take your time to get it as perfect as you possibly can. Also, do make sure, I'll pull you up closer in a second so you can see it better. But always make sure that the actual crease line is a little bit above your true crease. So that when you have your eyes open, you're still going to see that line. Because if you do it too low and it disappears in your actual crease, then, well, unless you walk around like this all day, you're going to have wasted all, is it proper grammar? I don't know. But you don't want to waste time by making a really nice line and then proceed to completely hide it with your eye skin. Because that's just a bit of a waste of time. Next up, I just want to make, why is my camera thinks that my earring is a face. I'm mildly creeped out by that. But anyways, I'm just going to apply a little bit of a darker red in the center part here. By the way, the brush I'm using is this flat and slightly angled brush. Which is just a really easy brush to do this sort of stuff with, because it just really shapes nicely to your eye and it's so thin that you can be very precise with it. But anyways, I'm just building up the darker shade in the center. You don't immediately want to go overboard with it, because adding product is a lot easier than removing it. Without, you know, removing the entire makeup immediately. Now, we're gonna go from this to this. I always almost pointed to the wrong eye. Anyways, for that we're going to use the first red shade and a small blender. I don't know why I specified a small blender, because you can see what I'm using. But anyways, I'm just going to very carefully blend this out. Very carefully. The reason I'm very serious about the careful part is for the simple reason we're doing a cut crease, which is technically a drag technique. And what you see with drag queens, they usually either shave off their eyebrows, block out their eyebrows, and draw their eyebrows up higher, so they have more space here to actually, you know, blend the eyeshadows. But if you want to do a cut crease for a regular makeup look, for like a wearable, you know, well, wearable, no, not an everyday look I guess, but like for a wearable glam look, you probably don't want to go as far as to block out your eyebrows and draw them again higher up. Because, you know, that takes a lot of time as well, and yeah. So yeah, you want to cater this to your own eyes and make it all narrow enough that you can still blend it. Like, you want to keep the colors narrow enough that you can still blend it without hitting the eyebrow, because I do still want to do an eyebrow highlight. So I don't want these colors to immediately go into my eyebrows. So yeah, depending on how much space you have here by nature, just make it either thicker or thinner, the line of red, than I've made it. It's just really something you gotta cater to your own eyes. Now I'm gonna do a brow bone highlight in white, and because it's completely white, I am going to apply only a little bit of it. And then blend it out with big fluffy blender, because we can't have a tutorial without big fluffy blender. Okay, I just smashed my elbow into my eyeshadows. Damn it. Okay, now it looks like my actual sweater is bruised. Yeah, I know what I'm gonna do this afternoon. Washing my clothes. Anyway, that sort of stuff aside. Next up, it's a cream eyeshadow, and I'm going to use that to color the eyelids. It's a gold shade. So yeah, because you know, Christmas. This is basically what we're gonna do. And it's really easy. You just apply some of the product on the eyelid. And then immediately, without taking any form of break, we're going to blend it out. Also, yes, I'm wearing a different sweater now because it's one of my favorite sweaters and I don't want it to eternally be stuck with a purple stain on the sleeve. So yeah, it's soaking in a spot remover now. Anyways, this is an Ellis Faas product. The exact color code you can find below the video in the description. I can remember names, I can't remember codes. But this dries like really fast. Like you have time to blend it out, but you don't have heaps of time to blend it out. And once it dries, it's dry and it's not going to move anymore. So do try to make sure to blend it out before it dries. And what I always do is I start on the center part where I really want the liquid metal. And then once it's kind of starting to dry, you can just smudge it out a little bit. So smudge it out towards the outer edge, because I do want to blend it here, so it's just easier for myself if there's no harsh line here yet. And every inner corner I'm going to use a paler shade, so I'm just dotting it on here. Okay, a little bit more. Okay. And then blending it out. I completely did that by feeling how wet it was, by the way, not by actually looking. But anyways, and then I'm gonna blend it out. I'm also using this as a full inner corner highlight, which means that I'm going to have to be careful not to blend my concealer completely over top of it. Which, just like, you know, some of the other stuff I mentioned, is mistakes I've made in the past. So I'm just mentioning it, so hopefully you can avoid my mistakes. Now, this step is mostly a spur of the moment thing that I think is working out quite well, because I feel like this is just a little bit too pale and then the eyelid color is a bit darker than this and I don't really like it. So I want to make it a little bit darker, for which I'm just going to use a straight up black eyeshadow. Really tap off the brush really well and very carefully apply it right above the cut crease line. And I'm going to use this really small brush to blend it out as well. So basically I'm applying it. And then once I notice there's very little left on the brush, I'm just going to drag it a little bit into the red. And that's basically going to be most of the blending of this, because I don't want to go in with the black and the softer, bigger brush. Just because it would very likely get the black all over the red and I don't want that. Of course you can see it's very smudgy now, so I'm going to use the blending brush now but without any product. And just go over it until it's smooth. There's likely some red left on this brush. So that's actually going to help without adding a lot of product to really nicely make this smooth. Now the eyeliner is going to be a bit of an adventure really, because I want to do a nice sharp liner on the inner corner. Which is what I'm doing right now. It's really difficult to talk while doing this. But yeah, really a little bit of a foxy eye moment on the inner corner. Okay, now next up the idea is I just really smushed liquid liner into my eyeball. Ow. Anyway, so just apply black pencil and really just finish the eyeliner. But with a product that's actually smudgeable. Wow, my camera just stopped recording and I totally didn't notice. I don't know where we left off, but anyways, I'm using a black eyeshadow on the pencil brush now to blend my eyeshadows. To blend the eye pencil into the eyeshadow. Yeah. And I am still, for long time viewers this is well known, I am still using the old ancient broken down black eyeshadow that was not supposed to be a puzzle but still somehow ended up in 50 billion pieces. Ergo, I'm very glad that I haven't done my face base yet because there's fallout all over the place. But anyways, just blend. And then the easiest way to make sure that the bottom edge is nice and sharp is by simply going past it with a little angled brush and a makeup remover. Okay, and now, approximately 50 billion years later, we're done with the top part of the eyelids, other than the lashes obviously. But yeah, I'm just going to save some time, do my face off camera and then I'll return to you. And the face is on, if only it went that quick in real life. Unfortunately it doesn't, but anyways, yeah, I went for quite a full face, full makeup look, just because I feel like it fits very nicely with the eyes. If it's not your thing, you can always go for a more natural face, just do whatever you want. But yeah, anyway, I quite like how this turned out, if I may say so myself. But we're gonna focus on the eyes again, because there's already quite a lot going on at the top lid. I'm going to keep the bottom very simple, so I'm just going to use my eye pencil to sort of elongate the wing into the outer corner. Very lightly. And then I'm going to use my smudging tool, or at least the back end of the pencil in my case, to smudge it out really carefully. I was going to do this with black eyeshadow and then I was like, this has a lot less risk than the black eyeshadow does. Especially considering mine is broken. So yeah, this is it for the black. And then I'm going to go for the red. Just the same red that I've been using all along. Really tap off the brush really well. Almost smack yourself with it. Optional. And oops. Okay, and not put it down there. I'm so smart sometimes. Anyway, luckily I had some product left on my brush. Okay, I don't think that stands out anymore. Great. Now I'm going to actually apply it at the, well, where I put the pencil basically. And very, very gently blend it out. I don't want the red to be too much down here. I just want it to be a hint. And then I'm going to use the thin brush and a little bit of the pencil on the brush. Just to blend out the inner corner here. Just because I don't want the black line to just stop. I want it to be a little bit more smooth. And then the waterline, we're going to do that in a nude shade. Okay, then we're almost done. I'm just going to apply my lashes real quick and I'm going for huge fluffy ones. So yeah, this is the before and the after. This eye is mildly annoyed at me because I just put glue in it. Ouch. Anyway, you could go for big lashes, you could go for smaller lashes, you could go for, you know, just mascara. Depends on what you want. I always like, when I do a full glam look, to do lashes with it. This is Illusion by xoBeauty, which as you can tell is quite big. Yeah, so all there's left to do is apply some mascara and then the eyes are done. And then as the very final step, we're going to do the lips. And I want to go for full on classic red. And we're left with the final results. Yeah, it actually turned out exactly as I wanted. Although the lips, ironically, I do have a lipstick that would completely match this shade of red. But it's not it, this lipstick. And this one isn't exactly easy to remove. So I'm just gonna leave it as is and just, you know, pretend that this actually matches. Yeah, other than that, I like how it turned out. I hope you like it as well. If you enjoyed watching this video, please click the like button. It would really help me out because it makes YouTube suggest my videos more often to new people. If you want to see my future videos, you can always subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd really appreciate it. And other than that, yeah, that's it for today. If you celebrate Christmas, I wish you a very Merry Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, then I hope you have a really nice weekend. Christmas is on the weekend this year, isn't it? I think it is. Like, I work a regular day, so I half the time I just don't know what day it is. It's a bit annoying. Anyway, so yeah, that was it for today. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful day and I hope to see you next time. Bye!